ఈరోజు క్లాస్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఉంది, తప్పదు. సో తెలుగు అనువాదం రసేష్ ప్రభు అక్కడ కూర్చున్నారు, అక్కడ చేస్తున్నారు, అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు తెలుగులో. ఓకే.
Hare Krishna Mataji, you give a quick introduction and then we'll start. Okay. Very, very fortunate to have Sir Grace Nitai Sevini Mataji from ISKCON Visakhapatnam, disciple of His Holiness Jayaprakash Swami Maharaj, widely preaching for 40 plus years from childhood, practicing Krishna consciousness, and she is now the new temple will be opening, the new project handling on Visakhapatnam, along with her husband Sambhu Prabhu managing the temple, inviting all the Vaishnavas and devotees, always been serving. If you observed any festivals Mataji has conducted, so many ways, how to serve a sadhu, how to observe the Vaishnava etiquette, we have to learn from Mataji, how to serve devotees, feed devotees, welcome devotees. So let us hear attentively of this important pastime of Radha Yatra, Gundicha Marjan. Thank you very much, Mataji, for your valuable time. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So before I begin the class, Prabhuji, I have clubbed this class today with the Sunday class of ISKCON Visakhapatnam devotees. So 5:30 to 6:30 will be the class, and for them I may extend it. So at 6:30, it's okay for the devotees to log out, because I give a class here for 1.5 to 2 hours. So I may continue with them the topic, or maybe wind up early, I don't know. So just letting you know beforehand.
Sure.
So dear devotees, join your hands to pray to Lord Jagannath. Deva Deva Jagannath, Prapanarthi Vinashana, Trahi Mam Pundarikaksha, Patitam Mam Bhavasagare, Jaya Devi Bhakti Datri, Prasiddha Parameshwari, Jaya Devi Subhadratma, Sarvesham Bhadradayine, Namaste tu halagraha, Namaste Musalayudha, Namaste Revati Kanta, Namaste Bhaktavatsala, Sudarshana Mahajwala, Koti Surya Samaprabha, Agnanatimirandhanam, Vaikuntha Pathapradarshaka, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Sudarshan Prabhu ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vartaman Guru Vrinda ki jai. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees, online and offline both. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuva evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. So I'm so happy to be back again in the forum of devotees of Central New Jersey. So I was given the topic today to speak on the inner meaning of Rath Yatra. So I don't know how much justice I can do. It's a very lofty topic, but generally we can talk about different aspects of Rath Yatra. The grandest festival in the culture of Bhakti, the grandest festival in the entire universe is the Rath Yatra. So, and it's not easy. The Ratham is large and the lords are heavy and the ropes are thick and we are short and we think we are pulling the ratham, but basically what we stand doing there is probably pulling in the air and we think we are doing it. But basically, though we think Rath Yatra is somewhere where we are taking the Lord on the ride, it's actually the Lord who is taking us on a ride. By participating in the Rath Yatra, we go on a ride back home, back to Godhead. So today, we will speak on this journey of Rath Yatra, which is actually our journey from street to soul, from the streets, from the streets of Vishakhapatnam, how we can travel, how our soul can travel back home, back to Godhead. So this is something special because what's happening at Rath Yatra is not simply walking on the streets of Vishakhapatnam, pulling the cart, but we're actually taking our soul back home, back to Godhead. So today, I thought I will present this whole insight in an acronym. Since we are going to pull the Jagannath Ratham card, the acronym is Jagannath, and each letter will stand for a particular aspect of Rath Yatra, which is also a particular aspect of our spiritual practices that we are doing. I think it was okay. Now, again, the echo is coming. So let's get ready to not only pull the ropes of the cart, but also to pull the deeper meaning from this amazing festival, deeper meaning, deeper realization, and a deeper attraction towards this very, very wonderful festival of Rath Yatra. So I would request the devotees to keep your ears wide open and keep your hearts ready to be swept. So we'll start with this acronym Jagannath, J. What are we doing at the Rath Yatra festival? So the first thing that we're doing is we are pulling the cart. So pulling the cart itself is a journey of the soul, because what it says in the Puranas, Rathagre cha vamane punarjanmana vidyate. When somebody is participating in this beautiful Rath Yatra festival, the journey of the soul actually ends there. We've been traveling so long in 84 lakh species around, in so many unlimited years, we have been moving around from one body to another, one body to another. But this one journey that we take with Jagannath will bring end to all the other journeys that we have been doing from so many lifetimes. And we think we are pulling the Lord, but the Lord is actually pulling us towards Him. This is a very, very special, intimate pastime of the Lord that we are having the privilege to participate. The whole thing started, for all those devotees who have come here new, this whole Rath Yatra festival started 5,000 years ago when Lord Shri Krishna was not able to meet his dear devotees from Vrindavan, and they were not getting an opportunity to meet him. And then finally, on a auspicious day of a solar eclipse at the holy land of Kurukshetra, they meet. And when they meet, the gopis, they pull Krishna, who is sitting in the chariot, towards Vrindavan because they want to take him back to Vrindavan. And just remembering that pastime, we also do this. Yeah, now it's fine. Hare Krishna. Yeah, now it's, no. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. Okay. Now. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's perfect now. Don't do anything. Hare Krishna. It's okay now? Are you able to hear? Though there is a... Whatever that 4 or 5 things, you have to keep it off, Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's okay now? Okay. So yeah, it's a journey of the soul. And the beauty about this journey is you can start wherever and whenever. What happens during Rath Yatra? Tell me, dear devotees, not everybody joins us from the beginning. Many of the devotees will join us on the way, right? When we are pulling the Radham, somebody is there somewhere in their shop, probably billing something, and then they see the Rath Yatra cart and they will, immediately spontaneously come out of their shop and they start pulling the cart. That's the beauty of Jagannath's Rath Yatra. Anytime, we have wandered far away, but this Rath Yatra will bring us back to that spiritual connection in the fraction of a second. Just we need to do is just pull the card, be with the Lord, that's it. So our issue is that, we are not very far from the Lord, but we are away, it's something like our hand like this. Just need to do is shift this way, that's it. And we can get closer to the Lord. So these kind of festivals like Rath Yatra are something that will help us to realign with the Lord, rekindle our commitments, rekindle our love for the Lord, realign with the Lord. So it's very simple. Wherever you are, in whatever situation you are, just begin from there, right? And your spiritual connection begins. So J for Jagannath, J for Jagannath, J for journey of the soul. Wherever you are, whatever situation you are, just one turn and you can come back to the Lord. When we talk about one turn and you can come back, whom are you immediately reminded of? Just one turn and you are back. Ajamila. Just one name and he was back. Just one turn and you can be back. So it's a journey of the soul. So that is why these festivals are very special, because they are the opportunity to reconnect, realign, rekindle, redirect our life towards Krishna. So on participating on this journey, we can pray to Krishna. Krishna, please pull my mind away from the material distractions which are unending and pull my heart towards you, your bhakti and devotional service, which is everlasting. So J for journey of the soul. Rath Yatra is a journey of the soul. And A, what do we do after we are now ready to participate in the Rath Yatra? So what is the thing that we do? If I tell you today, Yadupati, you participated in Rath Yatra? Yes, Mataji. So what did you do? Participating means what did you do? Pulling the Ratham. So how do you do it? Like, you have to pull the Ratham. This is one festival where you can't just say silent spectator. If you ask somebody, did you attend Rath Yatra? Yes. What you were doing? I was watching the procession. No, it's about pulling, right? So there are many other festivals we participate where probably we could just be a spectator. But this is some festival, if you say you have participated, then you have to do something. So Rath Yatra, one of the aspect of Rath Yatra is to A, for attract the Lord by love and seva. By love and seva. What do you do in the festival of Rath Yatra? You render service. What service you are rendering? You are pulling the Ratham of the Lord, taking the Lord or connecting the Lord to his devotees. What were the Vrindavan Brajavasis, the gopis, they were doing? They were pulling the Lord back to Vrindavan. So when we are pulling the Lord, we are rendering service. Lord is in the mood to connect to his devotees, and we are aiding that by pulling the Rath. So attracting the Lord by seva. Seva is only one thing that attracts the Lord, because what to do? Lord is Bhagavan. He's full in six opulences. He is the most beautiful. He is most rich, most attractive, most famous, most renounced, most powerful. There is no other way to attract him. The only way you can attract the all-attractive Krishna is by doing seva. And in Rath Yatra festival, what we do is we serve the Lord by pulling the chariot. So J for journey of the soul and A for attracting the Lord by love and seva. So Rath Yatra means you serve the Lord, right? If you serve the Lord, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that we should not try to see the Lord, but serve the Lord in such a way that the Lord wants to see us. Now, when I remember Rath Yatra, there's one thing that I always remember. One of the very senior disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was once sharing this very beautiful episode from Maharaj's life. How Maharaj in the 1972, 73 sometime, and he was in Vrindavan, and then we all know that beautiful pastimes that he had in Vrindavan, how he was on his way to Amarnath. Somehow by mistake, he got down in Vrindavan and he falls sick and then he stays back, he becomes devotee, he gets connected to Prabhupada, but then for some reason, for his visa issue, he has to go back to the US. And then for many years, he has to just stay back in US, not because of the visa issue this time, but because he was given a service. So for almost more than 10 years, he was given a service to do DT Seva. So we all know in Jagannath Puri, there is a restriction of uh, body, foreign body. If you are not born in India, you can't see Jagannath. If you are in a foreign body, they don't allow you inside the Jagannath temple. So the only way the devotees who have foreign body can see Jagannath is Rath Yatra. Because on Rath Yatra, Jagannath will come out on the Ratham and then they can have darshan of the Lord. So His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was hankering to see the Lord on the Ratham. But the temple authorities, his temple president had told him that you have to serve the deities, so you can't go back to India. So year after year, he's waiting for that opportunity. When can I go back to India? When will I be able to see Jagannath's Rath Yatra? And New Vrindavan is pretty cold. And he was the only pujari. So serving the deities, 6-time offerings, dress change, abhishek, so much seva. And it's so cold sometimes in New Vrindavan, it gets into negative. So it's like literally you have to take I don't know what was the facilities in New Vrindavan in those days, but I'm just repeating what I heard from that devotee. And he was telling that literally take something and break the ice. And once it turns into liquid and then somehow, take a bath and 3 times a day. And what an austere life he lived. And all along, though he had so much eagerness to see Jagannath, he waited patiently till his authorities asked him to move to India. And even when he moved to India, then he was very busy nurturing the congregation devotees there, so never had an opportunity to go and attend the Rath Yatra. Finally, after 26 years, he got an opportunity to go to Jagannatha Swami Rath Yatra. So on that day, lakhs of people come, very difficult to go near the Ratham. So that night, usually in Jagannath Ratha Yatra culture, if the Ratha reaches the Gundicha temple before sunset, then they will take the Lord inside. But if it is after sunset, then they will keep the Lord on the chariot and next day they will take into the Gundicha temple. So that day when His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there after 26 years witnessing this Rath Yatra, it was sunset. So the Lord was on the chariot. So now by the time it is evening, it's night, devotees are tired, they're all taking rest. So in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock, Ram Kumar Panda and another person, another Karthik Panda, I forget the name, they're very close to Chopati congregation. At 3 o'clock in the night, they woke up Radhanath Swami Maharaj and said, come with us. Where? Come with us. So they took Radhanath Swami Maharaj by hand and they took him to Jagannath Swami's cart and they pulled him up on the cart, made him stand right in front of Jagannath, gave him the Maha garlands of Jagannath, did all the pujas because they are the pandas, they have access. And then after all the pujas and all, and they said to Radhanath Swami Maharaj, now you embrace the Lord. He said, what? Yeah, go ahead and embrace the Lord. So he embraced the Lord. And after embracing, the pandas told him, now you sit here and you do your prayers. Only you and your Lord. Nobody is there around. Do whatever prayers you want to do. So Maharaj was completely shocked. Like, what is this happening to me? For 26 years, I've been waiting, and I never thought this moment will come so grandly in my life. And then finally, after that, they took him to Subhadra's Rath, same thing. After that, they took him to Baladev's Rath, same thing. And, Maharaj was so happy. So why do you think he got this opportunity to get this intimate association with the Lord? Because of the service attitude. 26 years. 26 years he waited. He did not revolt to the temple authorities. I need to go. Sorry, I already done so much service. Now you give me a chance. One time I'll just go to Rath Yatra and come back. He just waited patiently and waited patiently. So he rendered a service where Lord wanted to see him, right? But that's the amazing thing. Lord is attracted by seva. Lord is attracted by seva. And Prabhupada used to always say that if you follow the authorities, then it's like you're following me. That pleases me a lot. I tell you, in my own personal life, I've experienced this, what seva can do. For me and Jyoti, we were always hankering to have the darshan at Simhachalam, the Akshaya Tritiya darshan, which happens once in a year, and they remove all the chandan. But we are so busy with the service, it's not possible. All the devotees will ask, will you come for darshan? Will you come? Where we can come for darshan? Where is the time? And now so many devotees are there. Initially, there not so many devotees. Even myself also stand in the stall in Simhachalam with the books, because there are not that many devotees. I have to stand there. Where is the time? Where is the chance? So we are always getting these VIP passes, and we are sending some ISKCON leaders who come for visiting us for the darshan, and we never went. Finally, one year it so happened that VIP passes are ready, but nobody VIP is there to send them. What to do with the pass? It'll get wasted. We waited up to the evening. Sometimes, suddenly some leader walks in, then we give them that pass. And finally, we thought, okay, fine. Then nobody is there. Then finally, in the evening, I think it was something 3 o'clock or 3:30. We said, okay, now nobody else is also there to send. Then we said, okay, now we can go because nobody else is there. We'll use the pass. So we both took the VIP pass. We entered. So even if it's a VIP pass, the best you can get is maybe a half a minute or a fraction of a second, you get darshan. Only thing, the line is less and you go. Somehow it so happened that we went to the VIP area, and just at that time, some minister had come with his wife. So for the minister, they had break darshan. So they stopped the whole crowd. And since we were there in that VIP arena, they told us also, you can go with that minister. So we went with the minister's family. We went inside the Garbhagudi. We stayed there for 15-20 minutes watching the Lord, and we were surprised. What did we do to get this kind of a darshan? And then we both were contemplating that probably because we are serving the Lord without complaint. We are not thinking, okay, service is okay, but what about my darshan? I have to do my darshan. Can you just take care of my service? I need to go for darshan. We never thought about it. We thought we're doing service and facilitating others for darshan. And the Lord has seen that. So I like that line where Radhana Swami Maharaj said that I don't want to see Jagannath on my terms and conditions. I want to see Jagannath on his terms and conditions. So that's the beauty. So J for journey of the soul. The Rath Yatra is a journey of the soul. A, attracting the Lord. In Rath Yatra, what we are trying to do is to attract the Lord by love and seva. Now comes the third part. What do you do during the Rath Yatra? You are pulling the cart, okay, and you are doing it with love, and you are doing the seva. But dear devotees, when you are pulling the rath, something special you have to do. Any guesses what you have to do? You have to leave everything, otherwise you can't pull the cart. If you have your bag, your purse, something in the hand, can you pull the cart? No. So now comes J-A-G. Give up to go up. Give up to go up. You have to give up everything. Then only you can be part of the Rath Yatra. You have to give up. You have to give up your ego. You have to give up your pride. You have to give up your resentment. You have to give up your material attraction. You have to give up your material aspirations. You have to give up. Only then you can go up. And literally we do that in the Rath Yatra. We give up everything. We have to keep our 2 hands empty. Only then we can be part of this beautiful procession of Rath Yatra, right? So when I say give up, whom do you remember from Bhagavatam? Who gave up? And he got so much because he gave up. When I said journey of the soul, we remembered Ajamila, right? Just one turn and he got. When I say attracting the Lord by seva, we can remember Sudama, we can remember Gajendra, we can remember Shabari. Okay. But when I say give up, then whom do you remember? Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, he gave up everything. 2 steps, he gave up everything. All that he had. Because he gave up everything in the 2 steps, what did he get in the 3rd step? He got the Lord. He got the Lord's feet on his head, right? Indra got the kingdom, but Bali got the king. Indra got the kingdom, but Bali got the king, right? So he gave up. To get something, you have to give up. You can't have both, right? Many times when devotees hear this Bali Maharaj Leela, they are a little bit like the Lord cheated, but that was a transcendental cheating. Bali Maharaj gave up but he got so much. It's something like you pull away a 20 rupees note from somebody's hand, right hand, and then on the left hand, you give 2000 rupees note to him. Did you cheat him? No. You took up 20 rupees and you gave him 2000 back. That's what Lord did. He took up everything from Bali Maharaj and he gave himself to Bali Maharaj. So if you want to be part of this Rath Yatra festival, then you'll have to give up. You have to give up your anarthas. Give up lust, greed, anger, all the anarthas. Give up your arthas, the material attachment, right? See, artha becomes anartha if you make it paramartha. If you make artha paramartha, the ultimate goal of your life, then it becomes anartha. Artha means finances. Artha means material opulence. If you make artha your paramartha, this is the goal of my life, I want to become the richest man in the world, then it becomes anartha, right? But you have to give up everything if you want to be part of this transcendental Rath Yatra festival, right? So 2 steps. Bali Maharaj gave up everything, and 3rd step, he got Krishna back. So that's what we do in Rath Yatra. We give up everything, and then we can get a chance to pull the rope and be part of the intimate pastime of Lord, right? So J for journey of the soul, A for attracting the Lord by love and seva, and G for give up to go up. Jaga. How do you do that? I mean, when you are in Rath Yatra, so do you pull the Rath alone? Siddharth, can you do it? Can you just pull the Rath alone? Association. A for association. Bhakti is best practiced in association. You have to be in association, not only in association, in cooperation also. If I pull the rope this side and you pull the rope that side, the Ratham is not going to go front. So for bhakti, we need association, cooperation, in harmony. We have to work. That is why our movement is called Sankirtana. Sankirtana. Together we can do. Alone we can't pull the Ratham of our, alone we can't move ahead in the journey of Rath Yatra. We have to do it in association. The other day I was sharing with all of you in the morning Bhagavatam class how I once went to Mayapur. And, Mangalarti in Mayapur is so many devotees, and they pull you and they push you. And pardon me if I say, but everybody's armpits are smelling, and your hair is pulled this way, your hand is pulled this way, and, you are in such a situation. So once it so happened that, because a lot of devotees from Bangladesh follow my classes, so they almost mobbed me. I was just in front of Prabhupada, and the way they pulled me, my one hand is with somebody, my other hand is the other person, and my wrist was completely, because they just wanted to take my hand and put it on their head. So they just turned and twisted my wrist, and everywhere it was like red, and So when I went up, I was so taken aback. I said, I'm not going down anymore for Aarti. I watch it online. I'll sit in my room in the conch and I will watch Mayapur TV, but I'm not going down for Aarti because devotees are literally pulling me, and such a bad situation I was in. So my habit is anytime I'm in confusion, what to do. I can't disturb Guru Maharaj all the time for small questions. He's busy, big Guru. I just asked Bhagavatam. So I opened Bhagavatam randomly for an answer. And when I opened Bhagavatam randomly, I got this pastime of Prachetas. And I was so surprised when I was reading that pastime, how Bhagavatam beautifully answered me. Because in the Prachetas pastime, though Prachetas have done austerity 10,000 years under the water, Lord never appreciated, oh, underwater. Wow, excellent. Because even 1 minute, I think 3 seconds or 3 minutes underwater also, you will die if you're underwater. But Lord never said, wow, underwater, super. No, Lord said, wow, in cooperation, super. Together, wonderful. I appreciate your cooperation with each other. And then I thought, oh, that's what Bhagavatam is trying to answer me, is that even if it's a little inconvenient, be with the devotees. Because if you are alone watching Mayapur TV, you don't know what happens. Something may just crop up. YouTube may just recommend something else and you wouldn't know, and probably your eyes would close. But there in the pulling and pushing and all, you have to look at Radha Mother. There is no other go. And I thought I got my answer. No matter how convenient or inconvenient it is, never to leave devotee association. Always practice in association. That's our movement, Sankirtana. Yes, there will be some inconvenience when we are living with different devotees. Devotees are from different backgrounds. They are from different culture. Somebody is from Maharashtra, somebody is from Karnataka. They have their own idiosyncrasies. They have their own habits. They have certain things they like, dislike. Sometimes we may not like the way they eat or the way they mix the rice and dal. But yeah, if we stay with them, small inconvenience, but we are saved from the bigger inconvenience of being attacked by Maya. So as Prabhupada said to a devotee who said, Prabhupada, how long should we tolerate that devotee? Is making trouble. And Prabhupada said, tolerate him as I'm tolerating you. Sometimes when we are tolerating others, we think we are tolerating. We don't understand, but they are also tolerating us. We don't know what's wrong with us, what are our weaknesses, but probably they're also tolerating us. So yes, we need to tolerate. So somehow this morning, coincidentally, the topic in Nityam Bhavata Seva also coincided with this, that it's not that you can get the appreciation of the Lord by performing austerities or by performing charity, right? So many examples they gave, not by scholarship. Right? So beautifully it was explained by Prahlad Maharaj. And what Prahlad Maharaj was doing that, he was explaining this to his schoolmates, to his classmates. And such a wonderful verse it was. And then as we discussed, we were thinking that it's nothing great if you react, or you just get back on somebody. The greatness it shows when you restrain. Nothing great about reacting. Your greatness will be reflected by how you restrain yourself, right? So we discussed that Lord is not only impressed by your loud chanting, but is impressed by how you silently forgive or you silently tolerate. Lord is not only impressed by how strictly you did Nirjala Ekadashi, but how softly you forgive people, by softly you tolerate situations. Lord is not only impressed by how many verses you can quote, but how many insights you can digest gracefully without complaining, right? So yes, we have to tolerate each other. Lord was not impressed by Ambarish Maharaj because, oh, 1 year Ekadashi, super. Even we are not appreciating actually. When we speak about Ambarish Maharaj in Bhagavatam, uh, we never emphasize on that point that 1 year Ekadashi chesadu, 1 year. No, no, no. We talk about how he was mistreated by Durvasa Muni, but he tolerated. And that's what we are all so impressed about. When we talk about Haridas Thakur, we are very impressed about his humility. Though he was socially rejected, publicly humiliated, oh, how tolerant he was. So it's not that we can impress Lord only by our chanting loudly, but our tolerating silently. That will also impress the Lord, right? So we have to tolerate each other. We have to tolerate each other. This morning I was telling the devotees, T, T, T. Always carry these T things. These 3 T's are the ornaments of devotees. T for tilak, T for tulasi, and T for tolerance in the heart. That's the real ornament of a devotee. Always have these 3 T's in your mind. Tolerance is a real tilak of a devotee, right? No matter what situation we are put in, never ever leave the association of devotees. Even not only Krishna will be pleased by that, even Guru will be pleased by that. Prabhupada said, the way you cooperate with each other, that will show your love for me. That will make Prabhupada happy, right? So no matter what provoking situation we are put in, always to maintain balance. It's not only about holding beads in our hand, but also to maintain be for balance in every kind of situations. Because the real bhakti is not tested only during kirtan. The real bhakti is tested during confrontations. How do you behave? While kirtan, everybody can behave very beautifully in harmony together. What about during confrontations? We'll always have difference of opinion. If everybody has the same opinion, then understand, then nobody's thinking. If you are thinking, you are a human being, yeah, there will be a difference of opinion. But in that situation also, how? For a greater purpose, you all live together. We all live together in harmony to serve Krishna. That will show our love towards Krishna. So yes, association of devotees. Even amidst provocating situation, we continue our devotion, right? So bhakti is not only proved by the beads, but also by the balance that we maintain in every situation. So J for journey of the soul. A for attracting the Lord by love and seva. G for give up, to go up. And then A for association. Somehow be together. Don't give up. And now comes N. So what do you do when you are in the Rathya cart? You pull in association. And what else do you do? What else do you do? Chant. So N for Nama Sankirtana. You have to chant continuously. Otherwise, you will become ritualistic. Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. Lord says, continuously you have to keep the Lord in the heart, in the mind, and on your tongue. So what we do? Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. We keep chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. See, you can pull the rope by your hand, but you can pull the Lord by your mouth. You can pull the rope by your hand, but you can pull the Lord by your mouth. You have to continuously keep chanting. So Nama Sankirtana, very important aspect of bhakti. What is said in, what is it said? Kale dosha nidhe rajan asti eka mahaguna. Kirtanyasya. What we have to do? Kirtana deva Krishnasya. Mukta sangha param vrajan. You have to chant. In this Kali Yuga, Kali is having so many dosha, but only one good quality about Kali is that simply by chanting, you can go back home, back to Godhead. So continuously we have to chant. So J for journey of the soul, A for attracting the Lord by love and seva, G for give up to go up, and then A for being in the association of devotees, and N for Nama Sankirtana. We can pull the rope by your hand, but pull the Lord by your mouth when you chant the Harinam, when you do Nama Sankirtana. So don't just walk, keep chanting, keep chanting. So not only the ropes, but by your tears and by your chanting, you can pull the Lord. Now comes the next N. Jagannath has two N's. N for Nishtha. Now, you pull the Ratham. Very nice. So, how many times do you pull the Ratham? Is there any calculation, just like we have during the Damodar month? 4, 7, 2, 3, something, something. 3 times, 4 times? No. What do? You continuously pull. You continuously keep pulling. That's what bhakti is all about. It's not just one day. It's day after day. Every day. It's not one day festival. Now it's over. No, it's day after day, every day. Keep pulling. Be steadfast. Have nishtha. Be steady in your bhakti. Even if you're not doing anything extraordinary, just do ordinary regularly. That's what Krishna is asking us. That's what Prabhupada asked us to do. No need of 64, no need of 128, no need of putting your head down and legs up and doing some asana. Just do your regular 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, reading of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, do your devotional service, that's all. And we can go dancing back home, back to Godhead. So N for Nishtha. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Continue whatever you are doing. Continue. Consistency is the key for success, whether in material life or in spiritual life. It's about consistency. Don't stop. Did Prahlad stop? Like Prahlad was sincerely chanting. And when they just started to push him from the hill and throw him in the ocean, did circumstance stop his bhakti? No, he didn't. He's our inspiration. When we think about Nishtha, we remember Prahlad Maharaj. In every situation, he continued his bhakti. No matter what situation he was put in, he was tortured by his father, but he continued to do his bhakti. So his bhakti did not depend on circumstance. His bhakti depend on faith. As I am always telling you in my classes, bhakti does not mean absence of obstacles. Bhakti means presence of faith. It's not that bhakti will make your life perfect. Bhakti will make you empowered to deal with that life, which is imperfect, right? So it's not, bhakti means, does not means free from obstacles, just means a presence of faith. So yeah, keep nishtha, firm and unwavering commitment, no matter what situation happens in my life. At least I'll follow 4 regulatory principles. I'll complete my rounds. I'll never go down. I'll never go down below this. Okay, maybe sometimes we are not able to go up, but at least this I will continue, right? Now comes to the next A. So now you are here in the Rath Yatra cart and you are in the association of devotees and you are chanting and doing Nama Sankirtana and you are pulling the Lord and pulling the ropes. What? And you're doing it continuously. What else you'll have to do when you are in the Rath Yatra? Just imagine, I'm taking you on the whole journey. There's one more thing that you need to do. Acceptance. You have to accept everybody. The person standing to you, maybe somebody, a rickshawala, this guy who's standing next to you, maybe an industrialist. There's so many different kind of people. When it's Rath Yatra, you can't say, only this exclusive crowd. Everybody on the road will be there, right? And you can't say, don't touch, you had just eaten non-veg and you are touching the rope. No, everybody will touch the rope. Everybody will be there, right? So this is one big lesson for us. Acceptance. Look at Lord Jagannath. He's accepting everybody. Everybody is allowed. Whether there is no restriction of caste, no restriction of gender. At least in some temples, they don't allow women. But in Rath Yatra, even a woman, a Shudra, a Brahmana, a Kshatriya, a lower class, a higher caste, a man, woman, American, Australian, everybody is allowed. So A for acceptance. Lord is teaching that. So we also have to accept people around us and not have expectations. I will accept only if you are like this. I will accept only if you are. Everybody is mame vamsho jivaloka jivabhuta sanatanaha. Everybody is part and parcel of the Lord. We accept everybody. And in the Jagannath, he also accepts everybody. We see Lord Krishna, even though Putana came to kill him, he still accepted Putana. See, one thing very hope-giving about Rath Yatra is that we are also no less than Putana. Putana had some material aspirations. When we have material aspirations, Putana went to Krishna with some wrong desires. Even we do that. We have so many ugly materialistic desires that we go to Krishna for, right? But then when Krishna, at least we don't want to kill Krishna, but though Putana wanted to kill Krishna, still Krishna forgive her. So definitely Krishna will forgive us too. So it's very hope-giving that yes, everybody is accepted by Jagannath. That's why he's called Jagannath. He's not called Oriyanath, though he's from Oriya, or he is exclusively worshipped in a place called in Orissa state, but he's Jagannath. He's a Lord of the universe. So Lord accepts everybody, and we should also accept everybody because Krishna belongs to everyone, and everyone belongs to Krishna. So we can't say you. That is why you see even in Snana Yatra, everybody is allowed. That is Jagannath. He's so kind and so merciful. Everybody and anybody can be part of his festival, right? And it's not just about, are you shaven-headed? No, even if you're not shaven-headed, you don't have to be a shaved head to be part of Jagannath Rath Yatra. You just have to have a open heart. Your heart is open. You're ready to take Jagannath's mercy. Come, anybody can be part of this. We have a list of Muslim devotees of Jagannath. Salabega, he was a Muslim. But just for him, the Lord stopped the cart. The Salabega was somewhere in Vrindavan, and those days there is no calendars or Google calendars or alarms or reminders or smartphone. And he suddenly remembered, what? Today is Ashad Shukla Ditya Tithi. Oh, Rath Yatra is going on in Puri. I missed it. Now what should I do? He was crying because he's a Muslim. He's not allowed inside the Jagannath. See, now you'll ask me, but just now you told that Jagannath allows anybody. Krishna's temple may have rules, but his heart does not have any rule. His temple has a rule. Sometimes certain rules have to be followed, but his heart is open for everybody. So his temple has rule. They don't allow Muslim people to enter inside the Jagannath temple. So Salabega was crying that Rath Yatra is going on. Now, by the time I go from Vrindavan to Puri, Rath Yatra will be over. Again, I have to wait for one more year to see my Lord. So he was crying and singing that, my Lord, won't you wait for me? Won't you wait for me? I'm coming. And Jagannath there in Puri stopped the Radham. And all are trying to pull and pull. And what is happening? They're not able to move the Ratham. So for days together, the Ratham is there. And finally, when Salabega comes, the Salabega sees the Lord and the Lord sees Salabega, and then the carts start moving. So Jagannath accepts everybody. And so for us, if we want to continue this beautiful journey, then we also have to have acceptance for everybody. In Jagannath Rath Yatra, you will find very, very exalted devotees, and you will also find some meat eater. Lord is accepting both. Because the thing with Lord is, you may be disqualified, but you are not disowned by Lord. You are disqualified. Maybe you don't have the right qualification, but Lord will never say, I disown you now. You always belong to the Lord. So if you see in Rath Yatra, it's like for the confidential devotees also, because Rath Yatra is something very special that happened. The gopis who are the intimate devotees of the Lord, they were dragging the Lord to Vrindavan. See, this Rath Yatra is a very, very special thing. Why? Because when Akrura came to take Krishna away, the gopis tried their best to stop the chariot. Now, chariot is very special thing for the villagers, because in villages there are no chariots, there are only bullock carts. They have never even seen a chariot in their life. So the first time they saw chariot is Akrura's chariot. And then they saw that Krishna is on the chariot. So they tried their best to stop the chariot with their own personal strength. But the gopis are not some WWF wrestlers. They're all very delicate ladies. They cannot stop. And these rathas are very, very strong because they are built to be, participate in the war where so many weapons will come on the ratha during war. So they're very strong cart, very strong ratham. So they tried their best. They tried their best to persuade. It didn't happen. Then they started praying because persuasion is not working. Then they started praying to whom? To demigods. Oh Lord Varuna, oh Lord Indra, please do something. Maybe rain should come, thunder and storm should come, and somehow the cart should be stopped. Then Indra did not listen. Then finally, what they did? They threw themselves in the front of the Ratha cart over our dead bodies. Will not allow. And those days, it was not some kind of a joke. Not like now, whatever this, sometimes the wives, just to threaten the husband, they'll say so many dialogues. But if one day you actually tell them to do, they'll not do anything. This happens, right? I told you this many times, this joke. When husband was threatening the wife every day, every day, every day. Will you give my tea or not? Will you give my hot water or not? Will you give or not? Otherwise, I'll do. She was so afraid. One day she asked, okay, I will not give your hot water. Otherwise, what you will do? He said, I'll take bath with cold water. That's what I was trying to tell you last 1 month. But you never allowed me to complete the sentence. If you don't give my hot water, I'll take bath with cold water. But gopis did not threaten like that. It was not some empty threat over like the wives nowadays will do this with I counsel a lot of grahasthas, so I know all that what they do, all the techniques. They'll tell the husband over my dead body, okay namma aite dookayamma. You tell them okay, then you jump. Then she'll not jump. Only for telling. But the gopis are actually ready. They put themselves, and then Krishna got down from the chariot, and then he told gopis, I'll come back. I promise you. Promise you I'll come back. And the gopis believed Krishna, but Krishna never came back. So for the gopis, the chariot was a trauma. It was reminding them of that trauma. Every time even if they hear the voice of chariot, or they remember, they'll think, Krishna cheated us on that chariot. So now when they saw the same chariot in Kurukshetra and the same Krishna on the chariot, now this time, they didn't even wait for the horses to come. They personally started dragging the chariot out of love and affection for Krishna. Many times devotees ask me this question, but the gopis dragged Krishna 5,000 years ago on the chariot in Kurukshetra? Why are we dragging Jagannath? Why are we not having Krishna Ratha Yatra? Why are we having Jagannath Ratha Yatra? Because they drag Krishna, is it not? Then why are we dragging Jagannath? Because what exactly happened, I'll tell you the internal mood of the gopis. See, imagine your college friend or your school friend, they say in Hindi, langotia yaar, your school friend, you've seen him in diapers and he has seen you in diaper from LKG, kindergarten, you are with him. And suddenly now, he gets into IIT, then he gets into MIT, then he gets into something and a big Goldman Sachs and something, he becomes a very big man and author of many books. And suddenly you meet him after 20 years and you know how big man he is. And you are a little bit like, shall I go and talk to him? No, he may not even recognize me. Better I just stay in the audience. And on his own, he comes and says, Arey, come. How are you? Then you will immediately like, oh yeah, he recognizes me. Hey, then he comes and embraces you and you will come and embrace him. But till that time, you were like, but shall I not, shall I? That same thing was happening to the gopis in Kurukshetra. Like, but we know Krishna who used to, pull our saris and get a little butter and did all that dancing for us just for one morsel of butter. But now he's a Rajadhi Raja, big king of Dwarka. So like, will he recognize us? Can we talk to him? Is it okay? Will the soldiers stop us? Does he even know us? Maybe he forgot us because he was very young boy when he was with us. So now Krishna has to convince the gopis that, my dear gopis, I haven't forgotten you. The same agony that you are feeling and you are crying for me, same thing is happening to me also. Even I am crying for you. So when the gopis stood there, and when they saw Krishna in that form of Jagannath, the transformed form of Jagannath, where he was also expressing his agony to the gopis, then they felt confident, yes, he's ours. He remembers us and he's also feeling the same agony. So they started then pulling the Ratha with all their might and they wanted him to come back with them to Vrindavan. So that is why we pull Jagannath, the form of the Lord, which is expressing the same agony that the gopis expressed, crying in separation, and same agony Jagannath is expressing in separation of the gopis. Jagannath is in separation of Radharani, and Radharani is in separation of Krishna, right? This is what happened at Kurukshetra. So yes, where were we? J for journey of the soul. A for attracting Krishna with love and seva. And then G for give up, to go up. And then A for with association. Alone we can't drag the Ratham. And then N, Nama Sankirtan. While dragging the Ratham, what do? Our tongues. We pull the ropes with our hand, but pull the Lord with our mouth. Nama Sankirtan. And then the next N, Nishtha. Keep pulling. We don't give it up. It's not a festival for the day. It's every day, day by day. And then we came to A, acceptance of all. With every kind of devotee, everybody is part of Krishna's family. Not only the shaven heads one, not only the one who has tilak, every jiva is Krishna's, right? So we accept everybody. Krishna also accepts everybody. Jagannath accepts everybody. That's why he's called the Lord of the universe. And we as his devotees also accept everybody who's standing next to us while pulling the cart, who's standing next to us in our spiritual practice, in our day-to-day life, in our spiritual community. We accept every kind of Vaishnava, angry Vaishnava, sweet Vaishnava, a little arrogant Vaishnava, every kind of Vaishnava, we accept them because they are all Krishnas. So A for acceptance of all. So here you see the confidential devotees, the gopis. This Leela that happened is very confidential, where out of love and affection, the gopis were dragging. So here we see in Rath Yatra, it's for the confidential devotees and it's also for public. It's for everybody. Because a merciful Krishna, he's opening himself for everybody, even for Salabega or even for, Raghu Rakshit or even for Karmabai or even for Landi Mata, just about anybody, irrespective of caste, creed and gender. So Jagannath is for everybody. Krishna, that is Krishna's magnanimity. Krishna belongs to everyone and everyone belongs to Krishna. We'll go to the next one. T. What's the next T? T is for transcendental form. of the Lord, during the Jagannath Rath Yatra, what we do, we focus our mind on the transcendental form of the Lord. And what happens as a result? Transformation. Transformation of our heart through devotion on that transcendental form. Jagannath's form is so, so amazing. If you see, Lord takes unlimited forms. And if you see, majorly, the Lord's forms are either decided by the devotee's mood or by the mood of the Lord. So, like we see in the case of Radharaman, the deity will be like this was decided by the mood of the devotee. Because Gopal Bhatta Goswami felt on seeing his Shaligram Shila that how I wish it was how I wish I also had the Vigraha of Krishna who looks like this, who look like this, so that I can decorate him. So immediately Radharaman manifested, right? So sometimes the Lord manifests according to the mood of the devotee, how my devotee perceives me, that way I will be. And sometimes it's about the Lord's mood also. Jagannath is Lord's mood. Jagannath's manifestation is according to Lord's mood because he was in the mood of separation from the Brajavasis, right? But anyway, the form may be according to the Lord's mood, but bhakti is not about mood. Bhakti is about movement. That is why we just discussed, what is that? Nishtha. Bhakti is not about mood. Today I'm in mood, I will do. No, bhakti is about movement. Every single day, the movement. That's why it's called the Hare Krishna movement. We have to continuously keep moving, keep practicing. Oh, one day I did 64 and one day 0 will not help us. Every day. The ordinary, but do it every day. So here, what happens when we keep doing and keep pulling and in association of devotees and keep chanting and keep our focus on the transcendental form, then transformation happens. What happens in Rath Yatra? We are pulling the cart. Lot of people participate. Everybody on the road, irrespective of their caste, creed to us, we are chanting. And then what happens? A transformation happens. Many times you must have seen, dear devotees, somebody who is absolutely new in Krishna consciousness also. After Rath Yatra, they just enjoy it. The whole dancing movement and pulling and with the devotees, and Prasadam is getting distributed on the way and they become so happy. By the end, we reach Gurujada Kalashetram. Most of the time we see absolutely new people has just followed us into the arena. We don't even know them. Maybe they just first time. Maybe they were just on the beach, maybe just eating some noodles or doing something, looking here and there, and they just followed the Ratham. And we see what happens, transformation. Many of them, their life changes forever. They just participate in that one festival, and then they just come, and then they talk to devotees, then they have prasadam, then they start coming, and they're changed for the rest of their life. So the transformation happens. So Rath Yatra is so full of so many things that happens in Rath Yatra. A transformation happens. They may have initially joined just because, Are Devudu, Alamanam, Lagakapote, Emena Shapistaremo. Many of them out of fear. When the Ratha cart is going on, all our devotees are going on the either sides and telling, Randi, please come, please come, please come. You can drag. Punyam ostundi, punyam. That's what we say. Otherwise, they can't understand anything else. We can't stand and tell them this is a confidential pastime by the gopis. They'll say, what are you talking? We say, punyam ostun, sir, punyam, please come. You will get punyam. Papam potundi, punyam. Then they come. So they may have come with material desires. But then what happens? The transformation happens. Dhruva Maharaj, we are reminded of Dhruva Maharaj. He went with material desires. But then what happened? Complete transformation, right? So this is what the Rath Yatra is all about. It transforms a person forever and ever. Then you may say, no, but Chala Mandi, they came, Mataji, for Rath Yatra. After that, they again continued. Spiritual account is open. He may not have deposited in the account. That I accept. But bank account is open. The fact that he participated in the Rath Yatra, bank account has been opened on his name. His Aadhaar and PAN is submitted. KYC is done. Nothing to worry. Only thing he may not deposit.
તને
That
યાદ
we
છે આપણે
can't.
ઓલા ગઈ
He will
રથયાત્રામાં
deposit
આપણે
in
સેવા
the
માટે ગયા હતા ઓલી
next
બુંદી
life.
ભરવા માટે.
He may not have deposited. But
હવે હમણાં
bank
રથયાત્રા આવવાની
account
છે
is open.
અઠવાડિયા પછી. સેવા ને એવું બધું હશે.
It's okay. Fine. So the bank account is open. Once they are participated, definitely there will be a transmission. So yes, you may come with motive, but bhakti will transform those into pure love, from motive to pure love, right? See, actually, when they come, they think if we participate in the Ratha Yatra, then మన సమస్యలు అన్నీ పోతాయి, right? They have a general thinking, all our problems will be fixed. Not necessary. Not necessary. That bhakti doesn't fix your problem. Bhakti fixes you. It may not fix your problem, it will fix you. It will give you the right way of thinking. It will make you a proper person. Like somebody asked Gandhiji, why do you pray? Your praying can change Krishna's mind. He said, no, I'm not praying to change Krishna's mind. If I pray, Krishna will change my mind. Then I'll start aligning myself to Krishna's desire. That's why I'm praying. I'm not praying that I want to convince Krishna, please change your plan for me. I'm praying so that I can accept now Krishna's plan. So Krishna can empower me and fix my issues, my mind issues, so that I can now, realign myself to his desires, right? So yes, T for transformation, right? So many things will happen in our life, but somehow or the other, like Dhruva Maharaj, yeah, so much tension, a stepmother, insults, so many problems, but ultimately it led him to Krishna. Sometimes there are obstacles between us and Krishna, and sometimes the obstacles are the path to Krishna. Is it not? Sometimes there are obstacles between us and Krishna, but sometimes those obstacles are path to Krishna. What happened to Dhruva Maharaj? There were obstacles, but that became a path to Krishna. So yes, don't worry about tension. There will always be tension. In any cinema story, till now, have you ever watched a movie which doesn't have a villain? It's not possible. Every movie will have a villain. If there is no tension, then you cannot get Krishna's attention. Some tension has to happen in your life. Then you will get Krishna's special attention. For that, you have to be a little bit tolerant. Some suruchi will be there in your life also, But take it positively and draw your attention on Krishna, right? Put your focus on Krishna. So yes, what happens in the Rath Yatra? They just come with some kind of a material motive, but then the transformation happens, right? And then now finally what we do? Everybody came and we pulled the Ratham, and then we finally reached Gurujada Kalashetram, the venue, the arena, and finally what happens? We shift the Lord from the Ratham to the stage, correct? Which we call as Gundicha. So what is the final step in our spiritual practice? We pull, we keep practicing, we chant, we follow rules and regulations, we do this, we do that. To do what? To finally get the Lord where? In our heart. That's a Gundicha, our heart. But before we put the Lord on the stage of Gurujada Kalashetram, what do? We clean it, Mataji, and we call our flower decorator Sujay. I'm giving free advertisement on him for YouTube. People can contact him. First he comes, then he decorates, then everything is ready, right? Then we put the Lord. So what has happened? Scrubbing. The stage is freshly scrubbed. Then only the Lord is going to reside. So that same thing we have to do in our spiritual practice. In association of devotees, continuously chanting, accepting everybody, forgiving everybody, doing Nam Sankirtan, and then scrubbing our heart so that not only can Krishna reside, but also preside in our heart. We want him to be there forever and ever. So for that, we have to remove all that. And how will that be possible, Mataji? The scrubbing of the Gundicha, how will it be possible? By constant remembrance. Constantly remembering the Lord. You keep remembering. Because Krishna is like that aerial surf. If you keep putting it, all the stains of the cloth is gone. You keep remembering what Prahlad Maharaj did. Keep remembering. What Devahuti did. She kept hearing. From whom? Kapil Muni. Right? So continuously Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Hearing and implementing in our life. We keep hearing, keep implementing, and then slowly our heart becomes conducive for Krishna to reside and preside forever and ever. So we have to scrub it, and that scrubbing is possible. So H for heart purified. We can have Krishna only in our purified heart, and that is possible by scrubbing of Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam, right? So if you want Krishna in, then you have to clean whatever is keeping Krishna out. If you want Krishna in, then you'll have to clean whatever is keeping Krishna out. What is keeping Krishna out of our heart? Lust, greed, anger. You have to keep that out if you want Krishna in, right? So that's what we have to do. And then, Krishna will be there in our heart forever and ever. So let's revise again. J for journey of the soul. A for attracting Krishna by love and seva. And then G for give up to go up. And then A for association. And then N for Nama Sankirtan. And then N for Nishtha. And then A for accepting everybody. And then T for transcendental form. And what happens? Transformation. And then the last H for heart purified, right? Then we can have Krishna with us forever and ever. So, right. This is what we need to do. So this is, I could say, not the only internal meaning of Jagannath Swami Rath Yatra, but something that we can take it like this, that, okay, this is what Rath Yatra is all about, signifying every aspect of our spiritual life, how we should associate with devotees, how we should accept everybody, how we should do Nama Sankirtan, how we should be tolerant, and how we should, be, how we can transform ourselves, how we can keep our heart purified. So if we do all these practices, then we can make the Lord of the universe the Lord of our heart. And we can have a smooth journey back home, back to Godhead. Not only journey from Central Park to Gujrata Kalakshetram, but it's a journey from street to soul. It's a journey for us to go back home, back to Godhead. So with this, okay, on time, first time, on time. I have ended the class at the right time, and I'll pause here and take questions if they're still there online and from offline devotees. Thank you so much. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All those who have come for the first time here, dear devotees, we are having a very special Jagannath Swami Rath Yatra on the 27th of June, starting from Central Park, ends at Gurjada Kalakshetram. All are welcome. It starts in the evening at 4 o'clock. Beautiful procession. You can all be part of it. We have 4 carts: Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and Srila Prabhupada. So we'll be taking this Rath Yatra up to Gurjada Kalakshetram, and it ends there with the feast, prasadam, kirtan, and class. All can be part of it. So now I'll pause here, and if anybody has any questions, suggestions, or corrections, we'll first give chance to the online devotees, and then I'll come back to you.
Thank you very much, Nitai, Sevini, Mataji. For simply put, Prabhupada made bhakti process very simple, and you have done that by your lectures so that we can practice every day with consistently and nistha. And we also invite all of you, if you can travel to US for the actual day Rath Yatra here, June 26th evening, and also in Atlantic City, we are celebrating Rath Yatra as well for those who are online here in US, and also those who are in India, if they want to use their business trip or whatever, you have credits. Please use it up for Lord Jagannath and Srila Prabhupada. Then you can understand Srila Prabhupada's glories all over the world, how he distributed Jagannath's mercy. Let's see if there are any questions, then we'll make the announcements. Anyone has questions? Please raise your hand. I think somebody raised. I can't see. Yeah, Syamala Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam. Like I have a question. Like in Jagannath Puri, from Jagannath Puri, Jagannath, at that time the Mughals were attacking Jagannath Puri, so they secretly took Jagannath to Rajapur, right? Then how did again Jagannath came in Jagannath Puri and in Rajapur?
Can they put the question in chat? Because did you understand the question? Okay, how did Jagannath come both to Puri and Rajapur? Oh, Lord can manifest in so many forms to please his dear devotee. I think it is Pratik Chatterjee or somebody. To please his dear devotee, he can be simultaneously present in Jagannath Puri and also at Rajapur. Next
Thank you,
question.
Mataji.
Tulasi Varadadayini Devidasi. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Mataji. Mataji, before coming to the devotee association, we are hankering for a devotee association. But after coming to the devotee association, even sometimes when devotees are saying something, some agitating things are happening, even though we are not outside, we are not showing, inside we are feeling why this Mataji is telling like that, I don't like that. Like that we are feeling and we are thinking like offensive way. Even though we are not showing outwardly, they don't know what we are thinking, but Krishna knows we are offending them. So afterward Krishna become upset, we have to go, Krishna, sorry, I offended that Mataji, like that we are begging to Krishna, but it's again and again happening. So I'm feeling what should I do? We are not able to control the mind, the thoughts of the mind, and the agitating situation is making us to thinking like that. So how to control the mind in that situation, Mataji?
I got your question. So you mean to say that before coming in association, we were hankering for devotee association. After coming in association, we are finding faults. Or probably, I wouldn't want to put it in negative way, probably the devotee's behavior around us or a particular devotee's behavior is not that great. So though we don't express them in front, but we may be having some kind of reservation in our mind and we may be offending. So will Krishna be displeased with me? This is a very, very important question, which every ISKCON devotee has in his heart, because just yesterday I was counseling a particular issue in some part of US, and I wouldn't want to go into the details, but I was just telling that Mataji that associations are of different kinds. There are some associations which are very, very nourishing, and the moment you associate with that devotee, you feel so nourished, so inspired. 15 minutes of that association can give you 1 month of dose to continue your Krishna consciousness. And there are some associations, the moment you have that association, it's so demoralizing and it just makes you so dull. So what to do? But we are in a devotee community and not all association will be equally vibrant, because as Prabhupada puts it and our other guru always tell us that ISKCON is like a hospital where everybody is coming to cure their diseases. So not everybody is on the Paramahansa stage. And yes, they're all going through their ups and downs and we are all associating. So there are two things that we can do. One is to counsel our mind and tell the mind that, look, everybody is fighting with Maya and they have their own weaknesses. So they're also on their way, just like His Holiness Niranjan Maharaj puts it that after a Sunday feast program, everybody is in a line to wash hand, and we can't be critical about somebody who is behind us in the line, because I just washed my hand and look at my hand so clean, and look at that dirty devotee, his hand is dirty. Yeah, but he's in the line, and just maybe after 10 minutes his hand is also going to be clean. You just have to have the patience. He's just going through the line. It will take some time. That's one way of looking at things and trying to counsel our mind that nobody can be paripurna or completely perfect. Everybody has some fault. They're also working on it. Everybody of us here is work in progress. And second thing you can do is to not keep not to keep high expectation from anybody. And the second thing you can do is keep yourself distance from that kind of devotees. because unnecessary, you will be committing some kind of an aparad, because sometimes it's in the mind, then it comes into thinking, words, and then it goes into action. So we have to safely, so those nourishing associations, hanker for them, take advantage of them. Those associations which are not that good but unavoidable because of work or because of in the community, try to keep a safe distance, as minimum conversation as possible, and try to avoid them out of sight, out of mind. Not too much conversation, they will not be too much on your mind. If they're not too much on your mind, you won't commit Vaishnava Aparadha. And the other thing is to always keep bringing up our own faults also. Whenever we see fault another, again, remember, I don't know what all I am doing, even I may be doing it. Who knows, what's happening with me. So we keep doing that introspection. So that keeps us in the humble state of mind. When we are in humble state of mind, then we won't be able to see much the other's fault, because we'll think, what's the point of seeing his fault? What about me? Even I am like that. Even I reacted like this. Even I do like this. So when we keep reminding us of our own fault, if we keep reminding ourselves, then, we can become a little bit more patient with others. So yeah, these are the 3 things you can do very quickly. And don't worry so much about mental aparad. I wouldn't want you to, stay in that remote stage of, my God, how much aparad I'm committing. I remember one devotee whom I was counseling, and that devotee was like a phobia. Like people have phobia with water, people have phobia with heights. He had phobia with Vaishnava Aparad. So anything you tell him, no, Vaishnava Aparad, no, Vaishnava, I won't talk, I won't come to I was shocked what to do with this person. I won't come to temple, Vaishnava Aparad. Can you do service? I won't do service, Vaishnava Aparad, I may do. Then what will you do? His life was miserable. I thought people have to add in the phobia list Vaishnava Aparad phobia, because sometimes in ISKCON, we I don't know, maybe during our pravachans and during our classes, somewhere we too much emphasize on Vaishnava Aparadha, then maybe subtly we are responsible for creating this phobia among devotee community. You do anything, this is Vaishnava Aparadha. I remember my own children also, when they were very young, and I used to tell them, that, hey, why did you do this? They said, Mama, don't do Vaishnava Aparadha. We are Vaishnava wearing kanti. I said, stop that nonsense, you're Vaishnava Aparadha. So this Vaishnava Aparadha, people use it as a weapon, hey, don't do this, I'm Vaishnav, don't do this, both my children used to do that, whenever they wanted to use my laptop, the elder one used to say, younger one, don't do Vaishnav Aparadh, give me the laptop, I will play the game. I thought, what is this? They're making fun of this word, Vaishnav Aparadh, So it's not like that. So we don't have to get really that much worry. Aparadh is basically when we try to do something with malice and wrong intention, and that's way more toxic than something that happens very innocently. Now, don't give me that example of what happened, Rupa Goswami's example, where Rupa Goswami is not even intending to do aparadh, and then this Vaishnava who was doing Tulasi Parikrama, he was limping, and how Rupa Goswami. See, all these extreme examples are given so that we will be very, very cautious. But that shouldn't make us, like we'll become like maniac kind of thing. Vaishnava Aparadha. Krishna is very kind. I'm sure he understands us. Like he's not he's not that kind of a cruel God. Oh, I caught you. Now, maja aa gaya. You are doing Vaishnava Aparadha. Now, see what I'll do to you. I'll put you down. And he wants to help us. So it's not that, sometimes it happens by mistake. Sometimes it happens unintentionally. The only thing that we can do is at this time, take shelter. That's why I always keep telling in my class that intelligence is to know what to do when you don't know what to do. So the intelligence is to take shelter of Guru and Krishna, take shelter of other senior devotees. When we have some kind of a bad impression on some other Vaishnava, probably we are not able to understand just now how to interpret his behavior. We can always take shelter of others that, Prabhu, this is what is going on in my mind. So how am I supposed to interpret the behavior of this devotee? It's just not clicking to me. And then that devotee may help us. No, Prabhu, actually, this is what was situation. That is why this devotee, responded in this way. And that will be like, oh, that is what happened. And we may feel comfortable, right? So sometimes there is there are two sides to a story, two sides to a situation, and every devotee, the way they are behaving, talking, moving, there are so many factors influencing that devotee. Sometimes it's the previous life karma, sometimes it's the brought up, the way they have been brought up, sometimes it's the association they are taking, which has influenced them to behave in a certain way. Sometimes it's just lack of complete data. Maybe we don't know what is true. So many things are there. So two things immediately. Don't feel too bad about it. Don't continue it. Take shelter of some devotees. If possible, keep safe distance. If that devotee is not in your circle of seva, then Hare Krishna from far off and keep your safe distance. No, he's something that I have to interact on day-to-day basis. Then be careful. Try to sort it out among yourself. Clarify. Don't keep the doubt. Don't keep that devotee too much in your mind. Otherwise, what will happen? You know the story of Ratnavali. You know the story of Raghav Pandit and Ratnavali? I think in one of my classes, I told how one of the Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj disciple, she was a lady, and after all that analysis and research, it came to be known that she was a brahmachari in her previous life. And Bhakti Swami Maharaj asked her, hey, you were brahmachari in your previous life. How did you become a lady? Were you thinking about a lady? And then this Mataji, Ratnavali, she went about a research that did this Raghav brahmachari had an affair with some Mataji. Then she came to know that he did not have an affair with the Mataji. He was a book distributor, but every day after book distribution, he was rendering service in the altar. And just before him, this Mataji used to render service, and every time she used to keep the plates unclean, this, that, and he used to have a regular tussle with her. So that day in the evening, when they were coming from book distribution in the car, they were speeding up, and in his mind was that Mataji, don't know what she must have done. Didi kitchen must be dirty now. I will have to go and clean. I'm so tired. And she was in his mind when he left the body. In the next life, he became a lady. And now when you compare the photos on the internet, her face is so much like that Mataji and as that Raghav Brahmachari, a combination of the both. So, a caution note. Don't think so much about that particular devotee whom you don't like, because ultimately, because you are constantly meditating on that devotee which you don't like, maybe next life, the way the karma will go, you will be born very, very near and close to that devotee. Somewhere, maybe you may become a relative of that devotee. So that is why we need to close our accounts with every devotee in this lifetime, because we don't want to carry forward with anybody. So clarify, communicate, clarify, sort it out, and always be in happy and good mood, and don't carry anything in your mind for anybody. In mind and heart, let's carry only Krishna. Let's carry only Krishna. I hope this helps you in some way.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji, I see no other hands raised. Can we close it here?
Yes, Mataji. Please post your link for your continued class. Some others want to continue hearing.
Thank you so much, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes. So,
Thank you
dear
so much.
devotees, we'll continue. If there is any question anybody has, and we can come out of this session. Anybody?
Okay. Thank you all very much for joining for today's Jagannath Sravan festival. As Sridham Mayapur, as per Srila Prabhupada, continuous Sravan happens during Gaur Purnima. Similarly, as Jagannath Rath Yatra, we just had yesterday from New York, hosted by ISKCON Brooklyn. And now we'll be hosting at our temple June 26, actual day Rath Yatra, Thursday evening. And 28th June is Atlantic City Rath Yatra. Please join us. And next Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. is Grace Amarendra Prabhu will be speaking. Jagannath Sravan Festival. And following Sunday, by His Grace, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu will be speaking. Beautiful topics. Don't miss to join. ISKCON Central Major's YouTube channel. You can find it on the YouTube. And please join today evening. We're extended celebration of Snan Yatra, Lord Jagannath Snan Yatra, CNJ Snan Yatra today evening with a special feast. I invite all of you to be there in person. Those are the upcoming events. And Monday evening is Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu. Yesterday we met him. He's going to be there. Link, I think I posted. Can someone please post our CNJ YouTube link, please, in this chat? Yeah. His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu will be there from Wisconsin, Valley, well known disciple of Sri Prabhupada, famous for book distribution, wonderful. He's a Bhagavad Katha, Bhagavatam reading, hearing, completely digesting it and practicing it. So we should take his association and become enlivened to read and immerse ourselves in reading Srimad Bhagavatam. As Mataji said, example, best way to understand or clear our doubts is reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada's purports especially we should pay attention to. So those are the quick announcements. Govindas is on. If you like to place any orders for any programs, please contact us, govindasnj.com. You can place or you can contact one of us. Our Temple President Madhupati, the Prabhu is there. And you can send a message or send one of us. Those are the quick announcements. Anyone has any question, comment, you can speak, otherwise we'll end the session. Okay, I think we'll end. Madhupati Prabhu, anything else? Okay, we'll close it up. Thank you very much for your kind association. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Jagannath. Jagannath from Festival ki jai.
Anantagouda Vaishnava ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Prabhu.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.